Part 2. And the man you just spoke to, the Seneschal, Milosh, he would have given you the name of the magistrate, which I've looked up in the break, and it is Gir Aslbidaz, which is a ridiculous name to say, but for your own benefit, I'll just paste it into Roll20. There you go. It's Gir Aslbidaz.
Oh, oh, Geir. That's a Norwegian name, dude. Geir.
Oh, Geir.
I know how to.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah,
Geir
Geir.
Aslbidaz. So, that's the name of the magistrate.
Geir Alcibiades.
Oh no, that'll never stick. But anyway,
Geir
Well-
Alcibiades. Come on,
you
dude.
can't be saying people's names correctly. But
I'm Norwegian. You doubt my goddamn integrity? Fuck you, dude. I know that you're the game master, but you're wrong this time, dude. That's
Always
Geir
wrong.
Alcibiades.
I'm always wrong. That's the role of the games master, to never be correct. Players won't let them. It's impossible.
Yeah, yeah. It's on. The student becomes the master. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm so sorry. Let's go talk to Damien.
Right, so you arrive at the chapel, which is a small wooden construction. Big wide wooden doors swung open, an altar with a metal fist atop it, and sitting heavily with his head kind of like slightly reclined is a man wearing plate armor. You know it to be Templar Damien, and he looks to be asleep. You can hear a kind of soft snoring coming from him, and he's just kind of like leaned his helmet upon his pauldron.
Let's see. What sort of prank could I possibly play on a man and not have him kill me? That's the question.
Let's use magic. Prestidigitation.
Oh, no.
It'll be
I have an
fun.
idea. I take. Oh, okay. Well, the wizard's got his tricks up his sleeve. I hang back and I wait for the
Okay.
amazing show.
No, I'm not that creative. I need ideas. Something.
Well, you notice that the pew is like it's lovely and wooden, but just over top of him you can see like a chandelier with like a couple like candles. They're not lit, obviously. It's just like a four-posted wooden chandelier with candles atop it, and you think you could very easily just knock one of them off. Of course,
Okay.
you can always
Well,
just light them or cause a wind to blow. It's prestidigitation
Hmm.
you're using, so whatever the abilities of that are.
well, I don't know. I do have this water skin of honeymead. I could just lift it up to his nose and see if he takes a whiff. Mr. Templar,
Well,
honeymead.
what will we do? Let's not waste time. I'll roll a d2. If it's 2, we do my idea. If it's a 1, we do yours. Okay?
Okay. Let's go.
So
Let's
you
go.
pull
Let's
out
go.
a coin
Roll 'em.
and flip it.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So 1 is me, 2 is you.
Okay, you win.
Okay. I pull out my water skin and I lift it up to his nose and I'm like, Mr. Damien.
Huh? And he looks up and he looks down at the water skin, then up at you, and he's like,
Well, at least you're
Lauren?
finally awake. Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
sorry. How can I be of service? And he like rubs his eyes, and he's like, "What's the matter?"
Well, you can certainly be of service to me, but if you're sleeping on the job, certainly you've been hard at service for whatever deity is here, whose name I do recall, but not right now because my intellect is 8. So I'm like, all right. Anyway, Belsheim, there's a scourge. Gotta go kill it. How?
Ah, yes, Halkara the Vain is a most terrible foe, sealed beneath the chapel.
What?
Is that a?
What's the
Do we
name?
go into? Do we go? Yeah. All right. Names.
The thing's name? That it's the...
Halkara the Vain. A
Halkara.
undead cursed by the gods now resides beneath the chapel. It is a
I have
scourge
no-
most foul.
I have no idea about... How do I write that?
I spell it as Halkuru the Vain. I hope that's correct.
I mean, I can find out the spelling for that as well. Halcuroa. Halcuro.
Oh, the only thing I said I took 2 O's instead of OA. How
Okay.
vain. All right.
Okay.
Excellent. All right.
Excellent.
So this, right. So who is this fella? Necromancer. A big, meaty, veiny.
He stands up and moves over to the like rolled out scroll that's on the altar and like taps it and then turns to you. And you can see he's like going into his sermon voice and he goes, Halkar the Vain was a man of mortal descent who tried to prolong his life by bathing in the blood of virgins. When discovered by the clergy, he was cursed by the gods, and now lives in a mortal existence, cursed for all life, for all death. He was sealed beneath the chapel at Balcame and is a scourge upon this land.
So basically, he's a whatchamacall, what's it called when people who are not dead become... Yeah, a lich. He's a failed lich then.
He
Failure of a
looks at
lich.
you like, what?
He tried to prolong his life by or was it just some sort of religious nonsense that he tried because he's like, virgins! And he just did that.
Templar Damien looks confused and he looks around and he's like, it was a foul deed, accursed in nature. And for his mortal sin and his debauched life, he was struck down by the Lord.
Okay, so he's just a crazy person who is now a necromancer. Or is he not a necromancer? Where's all the where's or is he the scourge himself and then he's just...
Yes, he is immortal, cursed by the gods to live a life of undeath.
Oh, okay, so there's one
whatever
guy
has
hiding...
occurred to Belcame in these past months have awoken him. See, and he taps the paper, he says, see, Monk Talbot writes that when the goblins, when they arrived in Belcame, he was stirred by their foul magics.
Okay. So we can expect there to be some goblins, and then the scourge is is one man. Okay. Okay.
Are we
Can
to
I-
destroy him or trap him again?
Well,
Templar Damien goes, destroy him? He is trapped beneath the chapel. The wards which bind him have been strengthened. I saw to it. A party went forth and poured the holy waters into the font that powers the great edifice that keeps him in bay. He is sealed in the deep catacombs beneath, placed beside the lords of clergy which now rest in that accursed place.
Oh. Have you tried pouring a holy oil onto the hinges so that they don't creak, and also they're holy? It's important to keep the door integrity in
He
check.
shakes his head and goes, you jest, surely.
Well, it's just I haven't been a religious man for long, so I just thought my 2 cents are apparently not worth... My 2 septims aren't worth much, I see. Okay.
And
Well...
he goes, you plan to destroy Halkara? He looks a bit confused.
Well,
Was
Isn't that
did
what
the job?
we're supposed to do?
Yeah.
You are? I hadn't put a listing out. But yes, if you can destroy him, bring his bones to me and I shall inter them in holy ground so that they never rise with foul energy once again.
In doing so,
All
it'd
right.
be worth, say, 200 Imperials?
I'm sure it is, but I do not possess such a sum of money.
I look at his plate armor and then I'm like...
It glitters resplendent in your face.
It's part of me, my insight tells me... Can I make an insight check to see if he is actually full of shit?
You
On
can,
that.
go ahead.
Alright, let's see, insight. 12. Not that good.
Cool. Yeah, he seems completely honest
Okay.
and very faithful. And very tired.
Well, certainly, well then, I suppose we should Is there anything else you want us to know? If we were to try and combat the Scourge, other than, of course, divine magics and all that, how would we effectively weaken or destroy him? What can you suggest? What gear should we purchase?
He shakes his head and goes, I do not know, I only have the writings that Monk Talbot left when he died. I do not
Mind if
even
we
have
take a
the
look at him?
records of Halkura's original trial.
And what of the city of Belsheim? Have people just been evacuated?
Belhaven was destroyed months ago. I do not know of any inhabitants that have survived.
Oh.
What
Must
about
have
these
missed-
writings by Monk Talbot? Could we take a look at them?
He nods and says, of course. And he like taps the big heavy scroll that's like it's like laid out on the altar, and you can see like bits where like metal polish has rubbed off on the parchment where he's obviously been reading by finger.
Finger reading. I did that with a history book when I was reading with somebody else next to me once. I was putting my finger up, and he's like mimicking me like an old man. It's like, you're blocking the text, dude. I can't read this. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Didn't realize I was distracting you. Oh, that was when I was 14, though. Anyway, that story's off. Yeah, it doesn't exist in this universe, so I'm gonna stop.
Pickle stand up on his tiptoes trying to look at the altar and the scroll on it.
So you see like a scroll there, and it's a very like flowery language, obviously written by a member of the clergy, basically going through the day-to-day running of a chapel. This monk Talbot was the priest of Belcame at the time of its destruction, and it goes through and it describes things. Would you like to roll I think it would be investigation check?
That's something I'm not too bad at.
Can I roll too?
Are you reading it?
I don't think you have to with that 25.
Yeah, I
So-
should have seen his roll first.
Okay, so as you're reading through, you see a couple times where Monk Talbot refers to something before in reference to Halkura, and you like unwind the scroll near the beginning, and you go back, and you can see that it's not just Monk Talbot who's been writing on this scroll of record of the chapel of Belcame, and you eventually get back to a priest telling a story essentially of the priest that came before him. The priest that came before him makes no mention of this, but you can see where the script changes as one priest passes this record off to the next. And it says, I've began today what I expect to be the hardest trial I will face. Wardship of the holy lands here, and guardianship over the souls of those that dwell within this town. But I am troubled by the tale that my predecessor has told me. The tale of the creature that rests, sealed in the deep catacombs. It lies alongside the great clergy of legend, bound in chains.
Excuse me, one moment, please. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
No. Bound in chains, and kept where it can do no harm to the good folk of this earth. It then there's like a break, and you can see it goes into like that kind of italic script where it's describing the events as told to him by his predecessor. And it tells basically of this priest going to place the... Welcome back, PJ. It tells of this priest, the predecessor, going into the deep catacombs beneath the chapel at Belcame in order to put the coin that was collected in the... essentially like the donation box, like the chest is kept in the deep catacombs beside the great clergy. And the sarcophagi, the coffin, the final resting place of Halkura the Vain is described. And it's bound in chains, and it's made of stone.
Oh.
And the priest who's talking about his predecessor says that his predecessor told him that while he was down there, he saw Halkura's face. And it goes, while placing the coin upon the chest, the air took a heavy chill, and I felt a shiver rise in my spine, for I knew it was the presence of that accursed being which rested so close to me. As I turned to look at it, I saw the chains begin to shake and tremble, as though they knew what they contained within. I wanted to be gone of that place, and took to my work, but as I looked, the polished steel of the chest where the coins were placed reflected back at me my own face like a mirror, and in that moment it was not my face that I saw, but a cold mask of gold with eyes staring back at me, and I knew in my heart that it was Halkura looking into me, looking at me though he was bound. I could not stay there any longer, and that is why I've asked for you to take my place. And then it goes back to the point of view of the person taking over, and it says, it troubles me that my predecessor's faith was shaken so hard by this. I hope that he is able to recover and find the true strength in the Lord in order to continue the work. And
Can I make?
Yes?
Sorry? Can I make an Arcana check to see if I understand the nature of this curse and of this
Arcana
creature?
wouldn't cover it, no.
Okay. I go for it. Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, Arcana wouldn't cover it.
Wouldn't.
Religion might.
Okay.
But yeah, so checking through the records, there's also Monk Talbot's talk of the beast, but you can see no reference really to Halkura except from people being scared of it, people no longer going to the deep catacombs because they always get this feeling whenever they're near the sarcophagi. And it seems that that person that spoke of his predecessor, ever since then, the deep catacombs have been sealed. And since you're checking through the records, Templar Damien also gives access to Monk Talbot's little diary book, which also contains his final moments, which were placing the ward on the door into the deep catacombs when he realized that Halkura had once again stirred, and placing holy water into a font which was used to power the ward, and then killing himself because the thirst was overcoming him and he knew that he would drink the water from the font, so he sacrificed his life in order to not drink the water so that Halkura would stay contained. This being, of course, because he was underground in the catacombs, and above him was Belkane getting destroyed by a goblin war raid, essentially. He also mentions the attack, but it's in a very kind of chaos. I fled, I ran underground and hid. That kind of... I can still hear the screams of those dying above me. I know now that I cannot go out there, so they are still up there. I know they will find me and they will kill me. And, very frantic. But that's all the pertinent information that you can gather. And as you read through the scroll pickle, Templar Damien rubs his eyes and leans heavily against the wall. What else would you like to do?
I'll pocket the diary and then with a sleight of hand.
Templar Damien. Okay, a sleight of hand. Go for it.
Oh, you think he's not gonna notice?
I get a 12.
He gives you a frown and says, "You must understand. I gave you that to examine. I cannot just let you walk away with it."
I would return it. We just need it to help us with the removal of this curse. It's been quite handy.
Use your memory, lad. I
assume that the diary has more information regarding this ward that was on the door.
It does. But that's a page or so. You can pretty easily read it. It doesn't have a drawing or a diagram. It's all just frantic language. Oh god,
Right.
Halkura stirs within. I know that he will break free if I do not contain him. Oh, I remember in the lessons. Yes, the reward. I must place a glyph to protect this land from the curse which rests below. The font is the key, imbued with holy energy. I shall fill it with the purest of clean water. And it doesn't actually go into any arcane ritual in order to construct the ward. It's all just frantic language and religion.
He'll hand it back over with a sigh.
Okay. Templar Damien scowls at you and puts it back on the altar.
So do you happen to have any holy water?
I do. But I only have
believe
one
it.
vial remaining.
And I believe it costs like 25 gold to purchase one of those.
It is quite expensive, yes, and hard to come by here. Perhaps if I had a font of my own, but unfortunately, I am but a poor
Could we have the
gentleman.
holy water in exchange for possibly bringing you one back from Beltane?
Like a whole font
Well.
of stone?
Well,
I could roll it like
the
a wheel.
GM shakes
Well,
his head
well,
at you.
I'd rather ask. Well, having a source of holy water would certainly be good to have in Haven. How would we procure one if we were to? Where would we look, other than another chapel?
I could send
could you
for one
possibly
from
build
my order.
one?
I could send for one from my order, the Order of the Valiant, the Blessed Valiant, but to do so would require a sum of money, and the donations in Haven have been considerably less than I had expected. I had to sell my own horse to even build this simple construction, and he gestures at the chapel.
Well,
I throw myself
well-
on the charity of those.
Well, I certainly might be interested in helping, but if you can give me a solid price by the time we come back, I'll see what I can do for you.
He nods and goes, I will speak to Xiaodi. I would need his help to transport such an item anyway.
Aye. Well, in any case, Damien, thank you so much.
Okay, dokes.
We'll still need that holy water if we're to seal the creature down below or destroy him.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think what we need is just some good old-fashioned faith. And some good old-fashioned smiting.
I suppose, but the holy water would still come in handy. Would the Templar be willing to donate it to the cause?
Are you asking the Templar or me?
Yes. The
Well,
Templar.
I suppose I could ask to persuade. Look, Damien, I don't know if you have anything else you need this holy water for immediately, but if it can ensure our success, it may be vital for our success that we have it.
Make a persuade check.
Pickle will assist.
If you assist me, do I have advantage?
No, because he tried to steal the book.
Oh,
Okay,
damn.
well, 20.
He nods and says, if you truly are to embark to destroy Halkura and bring his accursed remains where they can be interred under my watch, then it is a small price to pay to give you my last vial.
Also, which god does he worship, by the way?
Templar Damien,
Yeah, Damien.
Lord of Strength,
Aye,
called
okay.
or by any other
Or-
name.
Aye. May Cord watch over you as Lyra watches over me, and we'll return successful.
He nods and he goes into his small room, opens the door, steps inside, closes the door quite quickly behind him. And then you
Alright.
hear some noise from inside, but it's muffled coming through the door. He steps back out, closes the door once again quickly behind him, and he's holding a small flask with water inside which glows this faint blue light. He passes it over. Says,
Right.
use it wisely, Brother Lauren. May you
Aye.
return.
Right. I give him a tiny salute, which is my hip little phrase of respect, and then I put it solidly on my belt so that it's always within reach whenever I need to vanquish a demon. and or undead. So it's just
Okey-dokes.
there at my well side.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do in town?
It seems like we're about ready to go.
Okay.
Okay. It was southwest, I believe. Let's see, a day southwest. Right.
So, who is navigating?
I have a crap ton of athletics, so I could do that. But if we want to stealth, might want to bring someone else.
Yeah, I can do the stealth, but
Do we
I have
want
no idea
to?
where we're going?
Well, let's see. As far as going and vanquishing a scourge, I don't exactly expect there to be many like encounters along the way, although that might be the case. And also, if we have any skirmishes along the way and we're preparing for like a big boss battle, it might be advantageous to just avoid as much as possible.
Yeah, okay. I'll stealth it.
Okay.
Also, by the way, I've also refilled my little water skin before I leave with full of honeymead, so that I'm always prepared for when I need a swig.
Okay. So,
Yes.
Pickle, are you going to roll a stealth?
Yep.
Can you first roll a d100? Okay. It's perfectly normal weather. Slight cloud, but mostly sunny and warm.
Stealth is
Plus
20.
4.
20.
Oh.
Got a 20.
Well, okay. Oh, do you have a plus 4 dex?
No, it's my dex and proficiency. Or no, I do have a...
Well, I'm looking at the result here. You rolled a 12, and then you have plus 4, and then it says stealth plus 4.
Yeah,
right
the
there.
dex is in the roll, and then stealth is my proficiency from skills, because I have expertise. So I get a 20 total.
You have Dex 2?
No, I have a dex 4, and then
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
expertise is plus 4 from doubled proficiency.
So
Okay, so yeah, okay, so the results is just plus dex mod. Okay.
Yeah. It's
It's
a
just very
limit
strange
number.
because, yeah, I just haven't seen like the dexterity check thing before.
I made it because I don't like having a crap ton of macros and opening my character sheet all the time.
Okay, so 20 gives you 4 travel actions to use on stealth, which are hidden. Spend a travel action to gain stealth for an hour. Element of surprise. Spend a travel action to give a surprise round. Secret camp. Spend a travel action to avoid a counter at night and avoid danger. Don't roll in a random encounter. So those are the 4 available options you have, and you have 4 travel actions. You can use them as much or as little as you want over the next 3 days. Bear in mind, these are for overland travel only, not for in-zone adventuring.
Although we can activate it before going into an area to have the benefits of them, right? So the surprise rounds and whatever.
No.
No?
You can't use the element of surprise, go into a place, and then surprise whatever you encounter in the area. They're just for
Darn.
overland travel. Like, if you were scouting out an area, like just walking around it, you could use the advantage on stealth. If you encountered some people exiting or going into an area, then you could surprise them. But these are just for
That's what I meant. Not that. All right, we're in like a combat, and it's like, okay, can you activate that bonus now? I really want advantage on stealth now that I'm 5 feet in front of this guy. That's not what I meant. So
Anyway,
because that would be stupid. So
anyway, so Pickle, if you want to just drag and move the voodoo doll in the direction you want, and just you'll be moving 4 times a day. And you'll be rolling a d100 for an encounter each time you move. The weather's perfectly fine, no effects from that. And so yeah, so any questions?
Nope, day southwest, so...
fun.
Okie dokes. Let's, yep, you spend a couple of hours going southwest. You don't get murdered. Oh, there we go, there's something. Roll another d100. 512.
512 goblins. That's a bit much, isn't it?
I feel it's a fair number.
Hope you all brought your AoE spells.
AoE? What is AoE?
Area of effect.
Age of Empires.
I'm a bit sad that you actually thought that was a legitimate question.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're an idiot or you're not. All I know is that you are Blazed. Okay, that's all I know.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so who is scouting?
I guess Pickle, since he's the one stealthing around.
No. Someone that is not the navigator counts as the scout.
Well, as far as perception goes, I have a +1. So.
I have.
Elves have proficiency in perception by default. You should have a good stat for that. Philly.
Oh yeah, the elf wizard would probably be the best scouter.
I have
They have
plus.
keen senses.
Yes, I have +3.
Yeah, you're the best. I have +0.
Okay, so I'm scouting.
Okay, so what's your stealth?
Stealth. Where do I see that? Where do I see that?
Under your skills.
Skills on the bottom right corner there.
Stealth. The modifier. I'm just a noob. The
It's a
modifier?
Yes.
The
No,
modifier.
he's asking you to roll it.
No.
I
I'm
think you
just
should-
after the mod.
Oh.
Sorry?
I'm just
You
after
want
the mod. Yeah, just what the plus
Okay.
or minus to your roll would have been if you had rolled.
+3.
Okay. So, let me just.
Sorry
reread
about that.
My notes. Dun. Okay.
Oh man, I'm tired.
Yeah, it happens a lot when I start talking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just waiting for the encounter to start so I can slap people across the facial area.
Okay. So, as you're walking through the forest, you see a site where the trees are bowed inwards, so they're not like perpendicular straight up. They're like kind of leant over. And as you look, you see the ground has like collapsed inwards, and there's like some rocky scree that's tumbling down. And you can just see a stone pillar that looks to have been like ripped up out of the ground as this collapse occurred. And it's like a stone pillar with obvious when they're like not perfectly circular, but they have like those little notches in them around. That's what it looks like.
Oval.
I don't know. Let's see, pillar names. Column.
Oh yeah, a column. Oh,
Yeah.
like the Roman ones.
Yeah.
Good.
It doesn't have a top, and it's shattered. And as you approach, you can hear the sound of voices coming from down where the collapse has occurred. And you hear, "Why the hell did none of you bring any rope? Are we going to starve to death because not one of you idiots brought some rope?" And the other one goes, "Well, he had rope. Well, climb down and get him then." "Oh, why do I have to climb down? You climb down." And this is what you're hearing and seeing as you're walking through the forest.
Can I make an insight check to try and identify what sort of people these are?
they're people with human voices.
Okay, well, all right. Excellent insight, Brother Lauren. Good job. So basically, they're below us and we're above them, and there's some sort of...
You can imagine that you're in a forest. I know, very difficult. And there's
Yeah.
a hole where the earth is, like, collapsed. You can see this stone column that's kind of half jutting out of the ground as though it was, like, ripped up when the hole was created. And there's, like, a slope of scree leading down. And so, from your perspective, you can just see, like, this hole. And it falls away beyond your vision.
Well, I do have dwarf dark vision.
But you haven't
so
approached the lip of it. I mean, do you walk up to the edge of it and then ask me the same thing?
I suppose I like peek over the hole and see what I see.
So do you get down on your belly in order to do this action over the hole as it's on the floor?
Of course I do. I'm a child.
And it would spread your weight out.
Okay, so doing this, you can see that the rocky kind of scree falls away, and you can see a couple more of these columns in various states of damage, leading up to what seems to be a kind of crumbled archway that's almost entirely underneath the ground. The very peak of the archway is actually jutting out of the ground, and you can just see where grass has grown over it. Down at the bottom of where the rocky scree has tumbled, there's a sharp drop, a chasm that falls away beyond your vision, and inside where the archway is, you can see 6 figures. One of them's holding a torch, and they're all kind of standing and arguing with each other.
Do they look like explorers, miners? What do they look like?
They look armed. They've got like rough armor, like leather, bows, swords, torches, backpacks. You can see one of them has like a dirty shovel, but they seem pretty unkempt.
So more like brigands.
The more I hear of these people, the more I think of grave robbers or like archaeologists, but they don't appear to have any rope.
Or bandits.
Well, why are bandits hiding around in a cave and trying to get down with like a rope?
I think it opened up beneath them.
Oh.
Like,
hold on.
We're walking through the forest.
Do these seem like bandits?
Is that a question to me?
Yeah, that's an insight question.
What? Define a clue which would suggest that someone's a bandit.
Yeah, well, that's
I'll
like
tell you a
the
clue
thing.
that would suggest that someone's a bandit. You're on a road and they're robbing you.
Yeah.
Or they're in a
I
place
don't know.
occupied by bandits. These are just armed men that are underground currently.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of turn to the rest of the party and I whisper, "Should we say hello and say that we have some rope?"
I don't have any rope.
I have some rope.
I have 50 feet of hempen rope. Look at this backpack. It's amazing. Comes with all sorts of crap.
Me too. I bought the same backpack.
Oh.
We must have bought it at the same place.
Me too.
I couldn't afford a backpack like that.
All right. I think Brother Lauren in this situation would be like, these people need help. These people need rope. So he's going to be like, "Oi, hey, hello there. You need some rope."
Okay. Make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. Nice.
Okay. So they're all very startled. They hear the voice, and they all like retreat further into like this cave beyond the archway. They pull out their bows, knock arrows, and there's all like this kind of angry shouting amongst them. What the fuck is that? What? And then there's like a quick argument, and then obviously they're like, one of them sticks their head out and is like, you said you have rope.
Aye, 50 feet of rope, and there's 2 pieces of rope here. We're all here, and we're on our way to save a city from a scourge. But we saw you here in the cave. Are you exploring the cave? Oh, did you just fall down?
Yeah, the ground just opened underneath us. One of us fell. I think he's broken his neck. I can't quite make him out, but he's at the bottom of the chasm there. If you could just tie off that rope and toss it down, that'll be grand. We can climb out of here and be on our way.
Do they seem trustworthy?
Make an insight check.
See, this is what I'm all. This is what I live for. Okay.
They
Nah.
like a couple of fellows that were walking along fell in the hole.
Well, all right, sure. See, if they seem trustworthy enough, I'm going to trust my instincts. And besides, I have 18 AC. What are they going to do? Stab me? Quote from Man Stabbed.
We could tell them to throw their weapons as they
well, that would be
up.
But that's a threatening display. Who needs a threat? I'm going to go down there. I'm just going to keep everything sheathed. And I'm just going to have my rope and my shield out, and I'm just going to stroll down there and with a big old smile.
Aren't you at the edge of the hole, though? Aren't you at the edge of the hole, though?
Yeah.
You crept up to the edge of the hole to look over, and you're having the conversation with them at the edge.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Because if you were further beyond, they wouldn't be able to see you.
I misunderstood. Okay, I looked for something nearby that could have the integrity to a tree, and I just.
There are plenty of trees nearby. There's also a sturdy stone column that is like jutting out of the ground at a weird angle, but is very firmly lodged.
I don't know. Okay. Do I trust stone? I'm a dwarf. I'm
pretty firm.
Since you're a dwarf, you trust stone. However, the fact that particular piece of stone recently moved and that's why it's like sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that's.
Idea.
Yeah,
Go with the tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie it to a tree.
Okay.
I'm gonna lower the rope.
Okie dokes.
Pickle's gonna hide.
Okay, so Pickle, could you give us a stealth check, please?
15.
Okay. So you lower down the rope, and they begin coming up and climbing out. As they do, could you roll a d6 heavy?
A d6, okay.
A d6. Interesting, a 3.
What a bunch of friendly people we got here. Just a big happy family.
There we go. Okay. I need to. Okay.
Say that again?
I'm just checking numbers that are unrelated to anything in particular.
I'm just gonna stroke my hair meanwhile because it's so long. This is great.
Okay, so they all come out the hole one by one, climbing up the rope, and as they do, they dust themselves off and they check their belts and they check themselves, and they all just kind of fan out around. And you can see that one of them in particular is quite large. It's quite heavily muscled, human, maybe 6'1", 6'2". And when they're all out, he holds out his hand to shake your hand, Brother Lauren.
Mm-hmm. I look at the hand for a second, and I believe I grab it.
Okay, he shakes your hand and goes, Thank you for saving us." And he looks around to his men and goes, "It's the right bit of bother we found ourselves in. Now, I'm a bit sorry about this, really, but if you could all just drop your weapons, that'd be grand." And there's the sound of unsheathing weapons around you.
We should have taken their weapons.
All right, I'm gonna take the shove action and put him back into the fucking hole.
Right, time to roll up initiatives. We know where this ends up.
Also, can I roll my athletics immediately?
No.
No? Okay.
This is just going to be initiatives based. So let me draw a hole and some scree leading to a cavern.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do. And then some trees
I
around
I
the
take the
gap.
time to pull people out of the hole, and then they have the fucking. This is
Goal. The goal. How could they? So yeah,
Unbelievable.
some tokens for you all. Just drag yourself where you want to be and roll up your initiative. And then
I believe I'm gonna be right next to
Oh.
about here, say, or yeah, I'm gonna be like here. All right, where do they come up out of the hole? Like here or
Oz, the big dude, and the rest of them will just Philly, not Philly. Pickle, you probably want to put yourself behind one of the trees.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do. By the way, Pickle, they did not notice you, so
Yay.
feel free.
okay, 13. Excellent.
Pickle makes a mental note to travel with less scrupulous party members. Because he wanted to just put an arrow in their head while they were down in the hole.
Well, I'm a paladin. I'm chaotic good. I trust my gut and nobody else.
Strange. I can't roll my initiative.
You have to select your
Okay,
token.
I've already rolled it. Forget about it.
I see four.
Everyone's on the
initiatives.
map. Yeah.
Forget about
Yes.
it.
We got 13 on that Lauren. Pickle is there.
Firebolt, firebolt.
Oh, I'm somewhat amused.
Oh no! This is perfect. I could cast Thunderous Smite and just fucking push him into the hole.
Yes.
This would be fucking brilliant.
Oh, except
Yeah,
they're
so
getting...
instead of shoving him, I'm just gonna pull out my longsword and strike him when that turn comes. Oh, that's a natural 20. That's not good at all. That's 2 20s.
Cool. So, just to like re-get you out there. So they all come. They climb up the rope one by one, all very nonchalant-like. They spread out and they're like, oh, you know. And the big guy comes up last, and he's like standing in front of the hole, like dusting himself off. And he like kind of looks around, smiles, shakes your hand, Brother Lauren, and then his smile kind of goes, oh, you know, I'm a bit sorry about this, but could you please just drop your weapons? And then everyone else like draws weapons, and then I'm assuming you don't all drop your weapons and surrender.
course not.
No, my immediate reaction would be to push the fucker down the fucking hole because he's holding onto my hand, to which is perfect
No,
for
no,
a
no.
fucking.
He let go of your hand and then threatened you. He didn't shake your hand and while shaking your hand threaten you.
Oh, okay.
It was a shake hand.
Oh.
Okay, now that the formalities are out of the way, we're threatening.
Oh well, they can go fuck themselves.
That's entirely fine. It's your prerogative. So, Pickle, as the one who was prepared, hidden, and you know, a bit more keen. Your first whack. So, what do you do when these unscrupulous men, freshly rescued, turn on their rescuers? I mean, it's 6-3. They have you.
Yeah,
down
I
for it.
shall be
Oh,
waiting
that's not
until...
an issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action until after Lauren goes. Ready in action to attack.
Cool. V steps up, readies an action to attack Rakust. R readies an action to attack Lauren. F readies an action to attack Rakust. Lauren, what do you do? You shove the guy, right?
I'm going to just say you shouldn't have betrayed my trust, you
Okay.
big old fucking wanker, and then shove him.
So, as this happens, ready actions. Rakust is attacked twice, and you're attacked by the big dude. And then it's your turn.
Oh,
All right.
sure
Basically,
thing.
just to get the initiative up to the point of you not
Yeah.
surrendering, and then.
Yeah, no issue, no problem.
So Rakust, what's your AC?
18.
I also
so-
have 18, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
These
the
guys are
same.
not particularly smart for
equipment.
attacking dudes in heavy armor when they just got rescued, but you know.
oh, 18, nice, good hit, dude.
And Rakust, you like one of them cuts at you with his sword, and you take 5 points of damage.
All right.
Lauren, the guy in front of you, when he like realizes you're not immediately surrendering, like goes fuck, pulls out a heavy cudgel from his side and like swings it into your legs. And he just tries to break your legs. He is not smart enough, however, to like go, I shouldn't put my back to this hole and move around.
All right, so at this point, this is where the athletics comes in. I haven't even drawn. No.
Attacks from him.
Yeah. Okay.
And he hits once.
Okay.
So you feel a meaty thunk as the cudgel slams into your leg, and you take 4 points of damage.
How fucking rude!
And then Lauren, it's it is your turn.
Yeah.
And as a point, I should probably actually draw the chasm as well, because there's like a big chasm like there. Because the rocky scree goes down, and then there's like a chasm. Just because I know what you're about to do, Brother Lauren. So, Brother Lauren, what do you do?
I am going to shove. I'm gonna shove a motherfucker, and I'm just gonna put him back in the hole because I don't like him that much.
Okay, so you're just gonna athletics v athletics.
Well, actually, you know what? I kind of want to just fucking. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw my longsword, cast a bonus action to cast Thunderous Smite, and then swipe at him with the longsword. I'm just gonna do that instead.
Okie doke.
I feel like that's a better thing. So here's the. So yeah, first of all, I gotta make an attack roll.
Extra 2d6. Must succeed on strength throw. You hit him.
21. Yeah, 10 slashing damage, and then the spell itself. Thunderous Smite. Yeah.
And he has to succeed a strength saving throw, which is.
Come on. Sorry, my bad.
12?
There. 8 dunder damage. And yeah, I have so it's 12.
Okay. So you slam your sword into him, and then cacophonous kaboom! And like you see his chest smoke where you slammed it into. Blood spurts out, but he remains standing and does
18
not fall
damage.
back.
Cool.
That's when Pickle will snipe at R.
Okay, go for it. Cool.
14 damage.
Cool. So you
Plus sneak attack?
Yeah.
Sneak attack's in there.
It is.
You shoot the big tough guy who just got slammed by Brother Lauren, and your arrow slams into his left eye socket, and he goes "Ah!" and falls, his corpse tumbling and landing with a down at the bottom.
Okay, I'd like to turn to the person and say, "No, that wasn't very fucking smart, was it?"
X makes a decision, and he decides that Brother Lauren's going to get dicked in the schnoz. So
Okay.
he runs in and like takes a swing at you, Brother Lauren, and it like goes clunk off your shield. Rakust.
Which one hit me? Was it F or V?
I believe it was V.
Yeah, it's V.
And I'm gonna strike V with my warhammer.
That's awfully eye for an eye. Yeah, you slam your warhammer into him, and you hear the satisfying crunch of bone. He staggers, barely standing, as his like leg goes. Philly Keen.
Okay. Does V get an attack of opportunity if I run away from him?
Depends what square you want to be in.
Okay. I want to go.
I mean, because I put you there,
Yeah.
and it looks like you're in 4 squares. So pick one of those squares.
Oh, okay. I'm here.
Cool. Yeah, no attacks of opportunity. You're fine.
Okay. So I want to take. I want to move next to. Where do I want to go? Can I go here?
Yep.
Okay, so I go here. Amidst the fighting, I run away, and as I'm running, I cast Mage Armor on myself.
So what's this?
Oh, you're
look
gonna
like when
go
you
next to
cast,
the pits? Oh.
Sorry? What did you say?
What does it look like when you cast Mage Armor on yourself?
It's a bright light. Okay, how can I say this? There's a bright radiance for a few seconds, and then it's all normal again.
Okay.
How do I cast it?
You gotta click the cast spell icon and make sure you got the tick for the description, or else it will just show a little thing like that. It sucks, and I've done it myself.
That's okay. It's your AC is now 13 plus your Dex for the next hour.
Okay.
And it's not concentration.
Okay, what's my dex?
No, Mage Armor lasts for 8 hours, I believe.
Is it 8 hours?
It is 8 hours. Yeah, I remember.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
In which case, yeah, it's the next
It's-
8 hours.
Yes, I remember this specifically because when I was
Yes,
creating,
it's 8 hours.
yeah, I was creating Lore Check, and I'm like, how can I revamp this character to be good? And I saw Mage
Okay.
Armor.
Okay.
So I have 15 AC. Okay.
Better than 12. So,
Yes.
the next
That's-
ungratitudial? The person who is not gracious in being rescued runs in and attacks Brother Lauren.
Ingracious.
Ingracious, yes.
Hmm.
And
19.
Brother Lauren,
Nice roll,
Blade.
dude.
the blade sinks into your thigh, and you take 2 points of damage. It's like
Okay, so that-
bit of blood.
So I'm missing 6 hit points. Cool.
And Q attacks Philly. Q runs over here and takes a swing at Philly. And Philly, like, whew, he swings, and you like step back. You begin to like fall down the pit, and then he like just whiffs and like carries on past you. And you're like, ah! And there's a bit where he's like, maybe is he gonna fall? But he doesn't. So Pickle, what do you do?
Pickle's going to... And there's so many targets.
So many choices.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak attack the Q that is threatening Philly,
Go for it.
since he's the squishiest.
I suppose I duck.
So you
So
put an
12
arrow
piercing
into
damage.
Q, and he drops like a sack of potatoes.
I will then dash across and use my cunning action to hide behind another tree using the undergrowth and stuff.
Cool. Make a stealth check.
18.
Okay.
And that'll be my-
Just give me a moment to roll some perceptions.
Tell me what
1,
your
2.
eyes perceive.
Okay, so 18. All but one of them know where you are. Which one doesn't? X doesn't know where you are.
Oh,
So
They all
V-
have advantage on...
Yeah, because you're
Wow.
20 feet away, running from behind one tree to another tree. They're not idiots.
Okay.
V attacks Brother Lauren, not Brother Lauren, Recused. Recused. Such fun times. And it like bounces off your heavy metal armor. The next one attacks you, swinging his sword,
chainmail.
and it's like, haha, I found weakness. And you feel your own sticky blood run down your shoulder. Take 4 points of damage. Brother Lauren?
I would move into position to cast X into a fucking chasm, but I would take an opportunity attack. Is it worth it? That's the question. If it's 2, it's worth it. It's not worth it. I'm gonna slash. I'm gonna slash N across the cheekbone.
Okay, dokes. Go for it.
And a long sword slash. Oh, 8.
Cool. So you cut into N, and he like cries out in pain as the meat of his leg like buckles out from under him, and you hear them cry, "Ah, bastards! We should have just ran." X, unaware of Pickle's position, attacks Lauren. Yeah, Brother Lauren.
But I turn around and deflect it with my shield. Good.
These people are inept. You don't know why they bothered attacking you. They should have just thrown themselves in the chasm. Would have made your lives quicker. Rakust, what do you do?
I'm gonna strike V again.
Okay, go for it. You slam your warhammer, and there's a satisfying sound of his skull cracking as he dies.
All right. I'm gonna move 5 feet here, still next to F, so I won't take an attack opportunity, right?
That is correct. You position yourself, keeping your shield between you and F, and prepare to assist Lauren. Philly,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Also, as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Second Wind.
Use. It's not a spell. It's an innate you're just drawing on your own reserves.
Yeah, I'm.
10 HP.
Back to full.
Yeah, back to full.
Okay, dokes. So Philly.
As I fear that I am still too close, I go here.
Boop.
And I cast Fireball on N.
Fireball?
Firebolt.
You mean firebolt?
Bolt.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I was like, first of all, you don't even have access to that, and third of all, that would fucking destroy all of us. We would all disintegrate.
Okay.
Cool. Just roll a d20 plus intelligence plus 2. So intelligence is
Your main stat. Oh, hopefully. I hope you're not one of those. This is not my main stat thing.
Plus intelligence, 2, plus 2. Plus 2.
plus 2 because
Or-
your proficiency.
Okay.
2 plus 2.
Cool. And then roll a d10.
Yes, that is correct.
Such excitement.
5 damage.
And
Wow.
you slam a bolt of fire into N. He gives a scream of "Ah!" and then his clothes go up in flame, and he drops down, dead.
Yes.
Hey, yo, smash that motherfucking detonator.
I guess he just couldn't take the hit. Okay.
What do you do?
Pika will run back the other way and take a shot at X as he's going to the other tree.
Okie doke.
Oh, I missed.
it
Wait,
goes-
X didn't know I was there.
That is true. And
I
he's
have
very
advantage.
surprised when you pop back out and put an arrow in him, and he's like, "Ah, where did that arrow come from? Why did I fail my perception?" And he feels very, very ashamed, but now knows where you are.
Also, for the
Yeah,
record,
'cause I only got
as
a
I am level
12.
2, I chose a fighting style, and my fighting style is protection, same as Rakus, so I will
Yeah.
be able to impose disadvantage on people when I'm next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's not going to matter at all.
So
Yeah, I'm
Pickle.
not very well hid.
Pickle, they see your bow sticking out one side of the tree and your foot sticking out the other. It's a bit embarrassing.
I need to find a bigger tree.
F. Attack.
Thank God those aren't attack rolls.
And I'm assuming that Lauren, you protect
Yeah.
Roost with your shield.
Yeah, I most definitely protect Rakus. Basically pull him off to the side and just putting my shield in front. Hopefully
Cool.
deflecting. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Fine.
So Rakust, you easily managed to avoid the hit. Lauren.
Yeah, I'm going to take this time to do something very fanciful. I'm going to walk over here, right next to him, circling X. I'm going to kick him in the chest and push him into the chasm
Okay.
using the shove action, naturally.
Okay.
Athletics.
Let's see what he rolls. You have just enough time to hear a "This is," as he tumbles down the
Yeah.
loose rocky scree and tumbles into the chasm to his death.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna, at this moment I'm going to turn to F and I'm going to shrug like, there's still time.
Okay. Rakust, what do you do?
What did you mean by that? There's still time. Do you want me to just knock him unconscious?
I don't know.
Is that-
I kind of want to forget. I kind of want him to realize that this is a bad line of work.
Well, then I'll try to.
Yeah. Well, they did betray my trust once. Actually, never mind. I take back my offer. I'm like, actually, never mind. You fucking try to kill us. I'm gonna kill you. Who
All right.
cares?
I'll strike him then.
Okay. you bash him in the side, and you hear the sound of like bruising bone,
Ribs.
and he's like, ah. Cool. Philly, what you do?
There's still one of them.
Yep. Still one.
Rakust is blocking my side, or not?
Not really. I mean, he's moving around, blocking bros, doing the circle fighting thing. You can probably get a hit in there.
Okay, I shout, Rakust, get out of the way, and I cast
And I move
Firebolt
15
again.
feet.
Okay.
You definitely move when it's not your turn. That definitely happens. 0 damage. That's incredible.
What?
How can you?
You rolled 0d0.
That's okay.
Let
Just
me
roll
help
a
you.
d10.
Let me help you out with that. In my book, you got 3 damage.
I'm sorry. I'm not accepting that heavy. There we go. Much better. So a bolt of fire hits him straight in the back of the head as he turns to face Rakust. His hair goes into flame, and all that's left when his knees fall to the ground and he slumps forward is just this smouldering vertebrae stump. The combat's over. They're all dead.
What a fucking shame. Well, these fellas weren't very polite, were they?
Not polite at all.
No.
We should have
Don't
taken their
listen.
weapons. I just said it.
I'm more interested in what they got in their pockets.
Okay, so yeah, the chasm down there, the rope is still there, right?
Yeah, there's just rope trailing down the loose screen, hanging about halfway up the chasm. And the
Yeah.
cave is the the cave with the archway is the little circle beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to just go down there and loot the corpses that fell down there because I feel like otherwise it's just going to go to waste.
Okay. The 50 feet of rope doesn't reach the bottom of the chasm, so perhaps if you had another 50 feet of rope and tied the two of them together.
Oh, I have another 50 feet of rope.
For the first time in his life, Lauren has an intelligent thought. We can double down the rope.
Okay, so Brother Lauren, you're the one climbing down to the bottom of the pit, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just give me an athletics check with advantage.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you pull the rope back up, tie it off with Rakust's rope, make sure it's sturdy, throw it down, climb down the chasm, and as you climb, it gets closer and closer, and then you get to the bottom. It's maybe about 40, 50 feet deep from where the rocky scree ends, and there are 3 corpses down here. One was the big guy who tumbled down here when he got killed by Philly shooting him in the eye. One was the guy you Sparta kicked down here, and one was a person that wasn't in the fight but was dead before you got here. And you can see he's a bit cold to the touch, like he's been here a while. Looking through the bodies, all the bodies up on top, they have crappy leather armor. They have scimitars, swords, if you want any. They have crossbows, I believe light crossbows, and they have backpacks that are currently empty. They don't have any gold. They have coin purses, which are just empty. Down on your side, Lauren, all 3 of the dudes, same kind of a picture. The big guy doesn't have a crossbow or a sword. He just has this heavy lead weight, essentially. But as you root through his backpack, you find a golden chalice.
Ooh! I say out loud.
And you can see markings on it, artwork.
I will attempt to read the markings.
Okay.
Or are those just...
So looking at them, you can literally see it's just kind of like an image which goes all the way round. And you can see it's a man. A man wearing a robe and viewed from the profile, and he's walking around the outside of the goblet. But in each turn, you can see he's doing a different thing. In the first one, he's sat down in front of some sort of table. In the second one, he's gesturing at something. In the third one, he's getting hit by something and looks to be falling back aghast. And in the fourth one, you can see he's lying in repose. He's dead, essentially. And then it loops back to him reading a thing. So you can just see reading, doing, hitting, dying. Reading, doing, hitting, dying. Just in a circle all around the goblet.
This is the goblet of life. It shows the entire cycle of life. It's amazing. I'll keep this. And I keep it.
Okay. Do you climb back up?
Yeah, I'm most definitely, and then I just recovered the rope because, you know, recycling.
As a point, the bottom of the chasm is not inside the cave. Just to be clear, there's like an archway which leads into a dark place.
Do we want to explore a cave, or do we want to vanquish the evil?
Maybe after vanquishing the evil, we might come back here.
Yeah.
There's no
make
need
a
to
note
rush.
on the map.
Yeah, we should mark it out on the map.
Okie dokies. So, whew, you decide that whatever lies beyond the cave, stone arches, you don't know, but it doesn't seem like the thing that you should stop and get distracted from. And so you prepare to continue. And I think we'll take a break here. And we'll pick it back up. So, awkward stare into camera. And goodbye.